I was actually meditating earlier and I saw a picture of a monk in my mind, and that got me reminded back on the days when I went to a meditation center. I went to practice meditation for a good 6 months. I was lost, stuck, and feeling purposeless in my business. While I was earning okay money at the side, I felt something was struggling internally and externally. I have to deal with clients, I have to deal with a lot of things, which I learned through this whole experience myself. Wonderful experience. But long story short, I needed some peace in my mind. So I went to this 6 months, constant every single week, right, for 6 months to do a meditation practice. And I saw light. I found peace. But somehow, right, it still felt empty. One day, while I was still having this sense of feeling purposeless, I asked, during an event, I asked this monk, is it true, right, that we can meditate to a certain level where you can actually, when your soul can leave the body? I saw light, right? So I asked this question, whether the soul can leave the body and communicate with people in the spiritual world. And I remember the day where the monk replied me, right? He had a grin in his face, which a serene kind of vibe, and say, why do you ask that question? I answered, I'm just curious. And his answer was, I've heard of grandmasters who can actually do it. They have took decades and decades of meditation practice to actually reach that certain level, whereby actually they actually can leave the body to communicate.
And these were the rumors that his grandmasters had told him. And after what he has mentioned to me, he went on to add, you don't have to go there.
If your mind isn't strong enough, possession might happen, bad things might happen. And he mentioned to me, you don't have to go there. And he asked me this question. Why do you ask this question? What's your intention? What do you want to get out of this question? I didn't have the answer to him. So obviously I was still lost and stuck, not even knowing why I want to ask this question. So along my journey, right, after these 6 months, I continued back to find a job. I started from a fresh grad pay, very low pay. I didn't mind it, but all to prove myself that I'm worthy enough. And when I first started, right, my pay was a fresh grad pay, very low. And I slowly climbed within a year. I slowly climbed to 4 figures and to climb to high 4 figures, which at the point of time I felt very good. I felt very good on myself. I felt very confident. But I also realized that I felt a bit of a snob myself. So along the way, with all highs and lows, I met my low on my first biggest burnout. And my job was being delegated to more people, and I felt a loss of power. While it was good to feel on the top, you see, right, I realized a lot of things after this whole journey, and it's in the importance of actually giving, the importance of being graceful and feeling imbalanced within, but still being gracious. I realized the importance of acknowledgement for oneself and others. And while I've achieved a lot of things, right, there's good and the bad one, the thing I realized, the most important thing is actually in the process, in the doing, not the achievement. And I only realized that when I had my lows. I was reflecting in life, what do I want to do, still feeling the lost kind of person. And it was this that got me reminded of my meditation days, which made me realize that if I didn't go through the consistent action of going to a meditation hall weekly, without fail, I wouldn't have achieved seeing light. I still remember vividly when I was on my peak. I woke up automatically every single day at 4 AM feeling very refreshed.
It felt amazing. It felt like I achieved something. And when I look back, it's only when I realized the importance of the doing and becoming. Similar to my work, when I went back to the corporate world. If I didn't put in the effort, right, burning in midnight oil, grinding and finding solution, and in the executing, I wouldn't have achieved the great results which I have. Without doing all of this, right, I wouldn't have discovered myself better. I wouldn't have discovered my strengths, my weaknesses, my blind spots. If I didn't went through all of this, right, I wouldn't have found my confidence in finding my voice in doing all of this. And so the message I want to give to people, right, is that if I didn't start doing and becoming, I wouldn't have found meaning and purpose to the things I do. Unfortunately, I realized without pain and suffering, right, there's no meaning to it sometimes. But it goes both ways, right? And it's how actually you make sense and take meaning out of the suffering. I'm not perfect, but I hope that this could be something of great help to people, and have a goal in mind still, so you can work towards it. Think about it, feel that you're in it, and you feel good yourself to work towards it.
one really important step is to detach away from the outcome. Don't be attached to the outcome, because once you achieve it and when you lose it, you feel a sense of grief. So always have a goal in mind, think and feel about it, start taking aligned action towards it, detach away from the outcome, and start doing. Start loving the process. And it's by going through this tough, meaningful process, you actually learn and get experience and get meaning out of it.